Got a little loose with the ball in the pocket, and Dupree swipes at it right away. He knows that's something that Lamar does. Big turnover for that Steelers defense.
In the fourth quarter here, the Steelers still trailing, and Roethlisberger changes that to Claypool.
What a great route by Claypool and a little bit of a subtle fake by Big Ben. How about the nose tackle right here? Big swagoo type of play to get that quarterback draw down on the ground.
Huge stop by that Steelers D. So the Ravens would actually get a stop, get the ball back 4th and 2 at their own 45, and Jackson to Willie Snead. This was a huge completion, gain of 32 yards.
Mina called it. She said that Willie Snead needed to have a big afternoon, and he did. It was a great job of finding the soft spot. And then here, Laura, this is just a great play by Minkah Fitzpatrick, because really it's a great throw by Lamar Jackson. But this is an awesome job of elevating by Minkah Fitzpatrick, making it a clean play so there's no flag in bang-bang football for the Steelers secondary.
Steelers remain undefeated. Some here still say the Ravens need another receiver. But, Dan, how about that Steelers offense? Go to the touchscreen and show us what was so good. I know. Yeah, get over there. Go faster. Go,
my
go,
pants
go.
Go down. All right, so I actually think that Juju Smith-Schuster was the player of the game. And this 2nd and 13. Now, 2nd and 13 down in the red zone, halfway through the third quarter. Listen, this happens like 1 out of every 5 times where you convert backed up that much. And I think this is the actual play of the game because it really gives the Steelers the lead. All right, so the Ravens are in Tampa 2. That's a Tampa 2 linebacker. He's got that area of the field, and that's Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey's job is really to split in a zone coverage in between the 3rd and the 2nd receiver. Now, this is Juju Smith-Schuster right here. Now, a way to attack this defense, there's multiple areas that you want to do it, but this is kind of a soft spot. Remember, it's 2nd and 13. You should not convert this against a great defense. This is why Juju separates himself a little bit. Look how good this is. He comes off the ball, and he visions that Tampa 2 linebacker, and then he's already got his eyes back to Big Ben. Now, what is Big Ben doing? He's already getting the ball out of his hands as well. When a quarterback knows that a receiver is going to see it the same way as him, it's a huge difference maker. Juju is already getting his eyes back to Big Ben, and the ball is going to come out of Big Ben's hands. Now, why does that matter? Because look at that. Look at how that tight of a window is. The Tampa 2 linebacker's driving. Marlon Humphrey's trying to undercut. If you don't see it the same way, that's going to be a pass breakup. Now, big play receiver. Protect yourself first contact. Remember, 2nd and 13, fall forward and go get a first down because the next play is John Connor for a touchdown. That reminded me of Hines Ward right there for a clutch play out of that offense. Now let's go to the game winner with Chase Claypool. Now, first of all, I got to flip sides because of design, but this is the stack down here that Mina talked about with the empty and the stacked receivers. Now the concept is going to be this. There's an out route, and then Claypool's got a corner route. I want to talk about Claypool first because you got to cover 2, a corner and a safety. Now what he does so well is this. So many guys, when they get to this point of this corner route, they think I got to nod inside to affect that safety and then break out, and they lose leverage. They would lose leverage on that safety, and the play is dead. This is what Claypool does great. He realizes I've already gained leverage, never nods in, I'm going to go to my out. Now I want to bring it back because there's a second level to this. Remember I told you, it's cover 2. This corner down here, he's going to have vision on Big Ben. This is why Big Ben's a Hall of Famer. Look at the subtle stuff that he does right there. That pump fake. He knows that Marcus Peters has got vision on him. And he wants to drive that corner up to this outbreaking receiver to free up this space for Chase Claypool. He gives that pump fake. It drives the corner up. Touchdown Steelers. That is magic. So listen, Juju Smith-Schuster shows up. He makes clutch plays. And then Big Ben goes, you know what? I'm a Hall of Famer. I know how to affect that corner sitting there in zone. And then Chase Claypool shows up that, like, I'm a rookie, but I know the little nuances of routes. That's the difference maker for that offense, or difference makers for that offense in that huge win yesterday.
Claypool said yesterday he didn't even know what losing is like. He's not even familiar. How about Lamar Jackson and that Ravens offense, though? He said he was to blame for the loss with his turnovers. And Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said this after the game about Lamar Jackson. Take a listen.
We got respect for him, but we don't fear him. And so, you know, we're not surprised by anything that transpires.
All right, so the Steelers say they don't fear Lamar Jackson, but should the rest of the NFL fear him? Marcus, are they a real Super Bowl contender with what you saw yesterday?
No, Els, and it hurts my heart to say it because I like this team. I think they're a very good football team. But it's what I've been screaming and banging the desk about at the beginning of this season about the passing game for the Baltimore Ravens. It will not show up every single game. We saw the success they had running the football against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But in those moments, in those type of games, you're going to need to threaten people through the air. And they just haven't done that since Lamar's been there. Lamar was bad yesterday, admittedly so. But there is no doubt that Lamar can throw. There's no doubt he can throw in tight windows and make all the throws you need to make in order to be a really good quarterback. But they have to evolve. He has to evolve in those situations. For all intents and purposes, that was a good pass to Snead. But it was a pass that every defense has seen before and knew that they were going to that spot. When you look at this vanilla plan that they have throwing the football, they don't threaten you. They don't threaten you with leverage that Dan just pointed out with Pittsburgh. They don't threaten you with formation. They don't make you think much as a defense in their passing game. And that is going to be the reason that they are held back from getting their Super Bowl and the evolution of this passing game coupled with how dominant they are in the run.
So on one hand, I want to tell everyone to chill out, okay? Because Baltimore almost beat a now undefeated team. The best defense in the NFL. They put up over 450 yards on them. Their defense, I thought, played excellent football. They're one of the 3 or 4 best defenses in the NFL. But on the other hand, Marcus, you were right that obviously the pass game has been lacking, particularly when Lamar is under pressure, and they just lost their all-pro left tackle in Ronnie Stanley. They lost their Hall of Fame guard going into the season. Clearly, there is a lack of playmakers. Yeah, Dan talked about how they targeted Willie Snead, but Ravens, if you're watching, I beg you, you've got 24 hours. You are on the clock. Bring me another wide receiver because you need one. Lamar's got to play better. You can't turn the ball over. The offensive line, you cannot replace Stanley, but you can add a receiver. There are guys out there, and they need to go get one of them.
Really quick, Mina, who would be ideal for you there?
Well, I mentioned Jamison Crowder last week. I didn't know if he would be on the block. He's had a great season. But, I mean, there's a bunch of options. A Will Fuller would be great. A Kiki Cutie or something. And just anyone. They just need another receiver in there.
Just another weapon. Hey, guys, time for one more thing before we go. And I had to harken back to my days of covering gymnastics. I'm sitting on a balance beam because I couldn't actually stand on one. But anyway, did you see Nyheim Hines' touchdown celebrations for the Colts? You guys, this is unbelievable. You're about to see him score, and that's cool. That's great and all. But what about this? This is like a round-off back handspring, 1.5 Yurchenko. And he's a football player and also a gymnast. Now, if you don't believe me how impressive this is, Simone Biles, the best gymnast in the world right now, was impressed. She liked it. In fact, he said earlier, Hines did on SportsCenter with Nicole Briscoe, that he learned to do that jumping on trampolines as a kid. So that was amazing, and I just thought we should see it before we left today.
Can you do that,
I
Laura?
think him and Simone would make a cute couple. He's short, too.